Okay, so to make a Moodle quiz, first thing you're going to need is to go to your Moodle page, and whatever section you want to make, first thing you gotta do is turn the editing on right there so you can add new stuff. Once that's there, you can find the add an activity or resource button. From this menu, you'll see it says up here that there is a quiz, and you can add from there. Now bring up this page where you can title the quiz, put up like timings and stuff like that. So I'll put draft quiz. Let's say now I wanted it to be done on Monday. Well, Monday is the 23rd, so I'm going to change that to the 23rd. I say it closes at 11:59 on Monday. I like to give them a time limit. Like 15 minutes is usually enough. And then I always put this open attempts are submitted automatically, so if they start it, they have to finish it. They can't say like, oh, but it submitted it for me like it's supposed to. Okay, for the grade, it's really important that you only give them the amount of attempts you want them, which for me is 1. And for the layout, I like to put it on 1 question per page, so new page every question, because if you don't and something happens like Moodle crashes, then it deletes all the answers, but every time they go to a new page, it saves that answer. So learn that one the hard way. You can shuffle them, so I always have them shuffled, and you can choose what they see. So this is probably fine for right now, but normally I have the right answer turned off until the quiz is closed, so they can't share answers with other students. I don't put any password or anything, but if you wanted to, you could put it right here. That's pretty much it for making the quiz. So you just click save and return to course. Then you'll be able to see, it'll say draft quiz, but you need to have questions for the quiz, which I don't know if Spanish has any put into Moodle already, but the way you find your question bank is over here on the left side for me. I don't know if it's the same for you, but under administration, it'll say question bank, and then I go to categories, and I usually just separate them by chapter or unit. So mine's a little messy right now because I was splitting them up into sections, but I used to have them by chapters. So you can see chapter 3 had 31 questions, chapter 5 had however many. So if I were to start from fresh, though, there'd be nothing here, though. I have to make a new category, and I say draft quiz, add category. And you'll see draft quiz will be made here. You can click on that, and it'll show you all the questions that you've made for draft quiz category, which, because I just made it, there's none. So I'm going to make a new one, and these are all the different kinds. I normally stick to true, false, or multiple choice. I've done some matching. I haven't done any of these, which would be really fun. Probably will experiment with them later on. But you might be interested in using short answer or the select the missing word. Just for now, I'm going to use multiple choice though. So question name is what will show up. It's kind of confusing because you can't see the whole question itself, so you have to give a question name. I think it's kind of dumb, so what I do is I just write out the whole question. So like, what classroom is Mr. Miller's? And then I just make the question text and the question name the same thing. Scroll down here to the answers, and you fill in the choice. So 329 is my room number, and I like to put it first, and then give that the 100% grade. Just so I don't forget. It won't let you make the question unless you do, so I wouldn't worry about it, but I just like to do it first so I know that it has the correct answer already done. And I'll just say like 115, 330, I don't know, 248. All those are going to have no points awarded to them because they're not the right answers, and you can go as far as you want with them. And again, I'm not sure how like the fill in the blank ones work or anything, but this is a good start to having the questions. So you'd save the changes, it will generate the question, and what you can now do is add the question into the quiz. So if I go back to that quiz I just made, I'm going to just draft quiz right here. It's not going to have any questions, so I need to add one. So you got to go to edit quiz, I think it is. You should be able to add from here. Yep. So what you're going to do is go over here and do the add button and add a question from the question bank. If you have lots of them, I like to add a random question, but it's going to take a lot of time to make all those, so you might either have the ones just from your question bank or make them brand new right here. I just find it easier to make them in the question bank first. So I go and I find it. It's going to pull up the question bank. I need to find the category. Well, the category was draft quiz. And there's only one, the one I made, so I'm going to select it. And then I will add it. So it's really important to make sure you check the shuffle button. It's not going to matter on this one because I only have one question, but I like to always have them shuffled. I like to make it out of 100, and then I save it. I always test it out so I can make sure that it's working right. Boom. And you should have a preview quiz now. Sometimes it goes away. I don't know why, but pretty sure they'll always have a preview button on the left-hand side under administration too if this button's not here. Okay, so it's telling me I got the time limit, everything, how many attempts I have. What classroom is mine? I think it's that one. Okay, I'm going to finish the attempt, and it should say that I got it right. Yay. And I did. So that's it in a nutshell. You can make them as big as small as you want. You can change it to whatever you need. I'm also working on trying out the Google Classroom quizzes. I kind of like Moodle better. I think it's a little bit better in terms of grouping the categories together and everything, but the Google forms are much faster. So I'm excited to see how that works, but that's how you make a Moodle quiz. Let me know if you need anything else.